Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. First off, I just need to get this out of the way. Channel news before we get into this very interesting video. We're going to be doing 2 videos a day up until the NFL draft. I want to put that out for you guys because I'm going to try to get some momentum going into this draft because I think the Vikings, this is really one of the more interesting off seasons that I can remember since I've been alive. I mean, there is so much to cover, and I want to be your guy. I know there's a ton of Minnesota Vikings channels out there, but I want to be your guy. I want to be the one you guys go to for your draft coverage, free agency coverage, and really just for the Vikings. Anyways, in this video, we're going to be talking about Trent McDuffie, the corner from Washington, and then we're also going to be talking about why I don't think the Vikings should even consider trading down in this year's NFL draft. Seriously, thank you guys so much. We're taking this full time. We're going to be pumping out videos to you guys, so stay here on the Skol Side Minnesota Vikings YouTube channel. How sweet is that flag, by the way? Anyways, we're going to be talking about Trent McDuffie and why I don't think the Vikings should trade down right now. All right, so if you guys have been watching this channel for this free agency draft process, you guys know Trent McDuffie was not somebody I really took seriously. I thought Derek Stingley, Sauce Gardner, by far 1 and 2 best corners in this year's NFL draft. However, I really looked into Trent McDuffie this morning, and the Vikings are taking a corner in round 1. That was kind of the analysis I had on this guy. Was he's really good. I mean, he is just up there with Derek Stingley, Sauce Gardner. Some stuff about him: he's 5'11", 195 pounds. He's a really physical guy. He's a really thick corner. And the number one thing when I was watching his film, he's a great tackler. I'll throw a screen or a video up on the screen here that I think does a really good job of representing what he's about and his kind of his personality. It might be a very shady video, but he comes up on this wide receiver screen, blows it up. You can kind of just see the physical nature he plays with. He's a little stocky, 5'11", like he's a true 5'11", 200 pounds. Coming out of high school, he was actually a 4-star recruit from California, and I like Trent McDuffie in this way more than I do Derek Stingley. And the reason and the way I'm talking about is McDuffie plays with this tenacity and this just like mean way of playing that I think you have to play with to play corner in the NFL. You know, Jalen Ramsey, he's getting your face, talk shit. He's, you know, that's just how those good corners are. McDuffie's kind of the same way. He's getting up to you. He's getting physical. He has this like competitive nature to him that I think is huge. And that's the one thing that we've questioned about Derek Stingley: his tackling, his competitive nature, his consistency. Well, Trent McDuffie, if you want to go with a safe pick but still with superstar potential, Trent McDuffie's right there. Like Trent McDuffie and Derek Stingley, originally when I started this process, I'm not even kidding you, I had Derek Stingley number 1, a huge gap, Sauce Gardner, and then another huge gap, and then I had Trent McDuffie as my big board. I mean, honestly, right now it's Sauce Gardner. I think he's number 1, but he won't be there. And then I think it's Trent McDuffie, or I think it's Derek Stingley still. But then right behind him, it's Trent McDuffie. But the overall consensus about McDuffie going to the Vikings is that the Vikings, they need to take a corner. Even if Lindenbaum is there, and it's Lindenbaum and Trent McDuffie, you go Trent McDuffie. There are 3 all-pro corners in this draft, and they may be separated by an inch of skill, an inch of competitive nature. So I would take Trent McDuffie over anyone. If it was my big board right now on the Vikings and you walked into the war room, it would say Sauce Gardner 1, Derek Stingley 2, Trent McDuffie 3, and then probably Tyler Lindenbaum 4. But anyways, this wants me. I want to segue to my next topic using this. The Vikings, there's been something floating around, and I get it. I really do. About the Vikings trading down in this year's NFL draft. So there's been some rumors about the Vikings potentially trading down to one of those teams that is either looking for a quarterback or one of the star wide receivers. I get it. Like, I really do. You want to get the most value out of your draft picks. But the thing is what I was saying. You have 3 corners here who I really feel like are Pro Bowl, all-pro level. And you can go ask any draft scout. This isn't just me picking these 3 corners and saying this. You go watch the film on these guys. I mean, this is the most corner talent I've seen out of a draft in the last couple years. And I just don't want the Vikings to say, oh yeah, we can trade back down to 18 and get an extra 3rd round pick. But then at 18, we're sitting there and there's no corners left and maybe Lindenbaum's gone. And it's just like, what are we doing? Because these corners, there's a chance that all three might be gone by the time the Vikings are up at 12. And if that's the case, I'd be down to open or trade back and just kind of take that loss. But if any three of them are on the board at when the 10th overall pick is up and the Jets are going, you stay there and you take that chance. That's just, personally, I really believe in each three of these corners. I really do. So I think the Vikings, if they just stand packed and they stay at that number 12 spot, I think it's the best for them. I just really do. I think it's the best move for them. I think there's so much talent in the top 15 picks of this draft, and then there's kind of a drop-off. So Trent McDuffie, he really turned his page on me. I mean, you can go watch his highlights more, get a better feel for you guys. But he's a physical corner, loves to tackle, and he really convinced me the Vikings just have no reason to be trading down at all in this year's NFL draft. Thank you guys so much for the support on the channel. We got tons of videos coming out to you guys today. Thank you guys so much for the support. See you guys next time. Skol Vikes.